we have Professor Sharu Rangnekar Sir with us, and he'll be sharing his professional insights and his views and bless our national conclave event of ISTD, which is Building Human and Business Excellence in the VUCA world. So I would like to take the privilege of requesting Sharu Rangnekar Sir to answer a few questions. Great journey, right, from 50 years to now. What sort of a change or what sort of a transformation have you actually seen, not only in Mumbai, but all across the ISTD in the national format, sir?
Well, the first thing that happened 50 years ago was the Ford Foundation sent a team to create training and development in India.
Right, sir.
In fact, the words were not known in India. Very few multinationals had few training departments, and private sector had no training department, public sector didn't do anything. And that is where the idea came that there should be a society for training and development, which
Comes to the higher level, to a better level, to a better professional level. So would you like to share some basic insights on how ISTD has been transformed to what it is now?
you see, the basic problem was who will pay for being trained. And when training was not very much known, people were wondering why they should be trained. And this is where the first difficulty came. Second is, who is going to be the trainer? Because we had no qualification in the field of training. In fact, we had no qualification in India in the field of management. And consequently, the great difficulty in getting that established, that some kind of management training is required. But fortunately, the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, came into being, and Calcutta, Bangalore, and so on at the same time. So consequently, this is one sort of idea that has been really accepted by people, absorbed by them. And basically they have realized it is the main thing for all young people. When they look at a new qualification, the question they ask is, what is it going to pay? And the payment has been a very important criteria. So initially, when engineers were get 150 rupees a month, they used to call it all pay, means every allowance included in that. To getting to MBA became initially 300 rupees, then 600, then 1000, and then now any amount you say. Lakh of rupees per month is not an unheard of situation.
Yes.
So consequently, as the remuneration went up, the flow of people joining MBA increased. But many of them didn't know what was management and what was management development, management training, and what does it involve. They only felt this is a course, go through it, get a qualification, show the qualification, get a job. So that was the first difficulty. To establish what is the qualification, what is its purpose, what does it do. That was the difficulty. And that we had to get over.
I should tell what sort of qualities or what sort of virtues should be a new breed of managers or millennials or the training professionals should have or inculcate in themselves.
First and the most important thing, to get a trainer, a good trainer, he has to be a good learner and lifelong learner. Now this is a two-way process, so that has to be understood. If you try to do training in the way that I know everything and I'm going to tell you and you learn that and practice it, it will be dead. You have to say, this is what I feel about it, but what are your ideas about it? And try to get them to talk about it, and most important, think about it. Then you get the training developed. Training is developed only when the trainer and the trained put their ideas together, and each course, I mean, just I have done about 7,000 training programs in my life.
Wow.
At that time, each training program taught me something. And frankly, I never did the same program again and again. Although the title was the same, the program automatically differed depending on the trained people.
I'll put on the last question. We would like to have a small message or some sort of an idea or some sort of encouragement or some sort of a blessing for the event which is going to be conducted on behalf of ISTD at the National Conclave, building human resource and the business excellence in the VUCA world today.
Basically, I would say creating excellence is hard work at any stage, for any subject, in any field. If people are only thinking of what kind of money they will make and that is success, then they are going to have a very limited career. Only when they think that this is a thing I am interested in and I want to learn, not because it gives so much money. I mean, training didn't give very much money initially. Everything is possible. But the point is, only based on money, you can't create excellence in training. The excellence has to be induced in the trained people. The greatest difficulty on training is, it is not the trainer who is training. What is happening to the trained people is the training that takes place. And that is where their intention, their motivation becomes the key factor. And how to create that motivation in yourself as well as in your colleagues. Because every time you work, even in a training program or in an organization, you are working with colleagues.
Yes.
And consequently, what happens is a group effort. Nobody can say, I learned something this and I am going to implement it. And hence, what you have to say is, these are ideas I want to project. Let me have reaction on that and let us evolve a mode of operation which is suitable to your group, your conditions and your knowledge, and try to develop it to create a development through the people.
So I think with that we have got a lot of insights and a lot of ideas and a lot of blessings, and we'll convey this during the National Conclave, sir. We had the honor and we had the privilege and the pleasure of hosting some communication and event. Thank you so much.